G'day guys, this is the first time we're using the mics. We're here at the Sydney 4-Wheel Drive Show at Eastern Creek, so that's on the east coast of Sydney. And this morning we're just going to see a couple of blokes and have a look at our stand. As you see behind me, we're here with the Bush Company and doing the Bush Company tents and being their ambassador for this, even though we do Alu-Cab and Boss Aluminium and so forth. But in saying that, it's going to be a great show. We're going to actually see a couple of cars that I want to really have a look at. One, which is its debut from Earth Cruiser. We're going to see the new 6x6 79 series single cab portaled with central inflation. We're going to try and pop over to Patriot Campers, another well-established brand, and speak to Ryan down there. And also, we'll see where else we can pop up. So I hope you enjoy it. This is our first time using the mics, and hopefully the sound turns out well. And David's behind the camera, again, from DNA 4-Wheel Drive, taking the videos nice and early. So let's go for a quick wander and a walk. It's quite a big show here. It's one of the best 4-wheel drive shows on the East Coast, and a lot of representation of the huge brands. They all make the big effort to come down this way. As we further go in, you'll see amazing stuff. Over here is the Earth Cruiser stand, and this is a particular car that I want to have a look at. I'm going to speak to Mark. Let's go have a chat with him. Oh, sorry, a little bit of backplay here. Anyway, introducing Mark from Earth Cruiser. He's
Morning.
the actual founder. It's a family business, and he's built something that is quite unique in the market. Actually, it's quite unique worldwide. This vehicle here is a fully Australian built. It's based on a Toyota Land Cruiser 79 series chassis, and what he's done is incredible with that. First of all, the chassis itself is 6x6 extension. They don't make that out of Toyota. In cooperation with that, portals as well as central inflation system. Mark, mate, what have you done? You've created a monster here.
Yeah, it's been at least an 18-month journey. That's just from the build. We started on the 6x6 idea quite some years ago, but it came to a start point probably 18 months ago when a customer rang me and said he wanted another truck. It was his third one. He said he wanted something with a bit more mongrel, and he said, "What about the 6x6 you've been talking about?" And so
the mongrel's coming back out the Australian population.
That's how it started, and I don't know how much mongrel it's got, but it's certainly it'll go through anything. He's been using it for 4 weeks now, and I think he loves it.
Just a little bit of background. I have a big man crush about this guy and his company, and I love these guys to death, and the work they do is fantastic. Just going to the car, we can't. We'll do one day, go down to the factory and have a look at everything and show more detail. We'll go quickly over it. I see down here, Mark. What is this?
So we have hydraulic jacks all around, the four of them. It'll pick the whole car up, allows you to either service it.
What the hell were you thinking, mate?
Or change tyres, level the vehicle up.
What GVM is this truck?
So it's tears at 5 tonne, and GVM on this one is 7. We did testing up to 7.5 tonne, and then we discount it just to make sure we're well within a safety factor. But yeah, no, we could have taken it up to well over 8 tonne if we wanted to, but that's giving it 2 tonne worth of payload. So
yes, the payload's good. So that's a dry and wet payload up to.
So wet's about 5, 6. So still got 1,500, well over that for gear.
I like to talk about the camper itself. There's plenty of information. We're going to hook in some links to the actual cruiser itself and how it moves through some terrain, and actually his video will be also linked. I'm going to talk a little bit, not so much about the camper itself.
No, that's fine.
The central inflation system. Now, no car that I know of except for the Unimogs run this central inflation. How did you actually make that happen?
So the way it works...
Did you actually, design also the...
No, but we've had to do quite a bit of modification to make it work. Unfortunately, when we went out to do this, everyone said they can do this. They can do the airbags, or they can do this, or they can do that. No one's ever done it all together. And then actually when you get into it, no one's really done the airbags on a 79 series. Not like this one anyway. There are others that have said they can do it, but when you actually get into it, it doesn't quite work the way they think, or the way we need it to work, which is properly.
Yeah.
So even the airbag system, which has got 6 airbags around the whole thing, had to be really modified quite a lot, right up until the last minute, to get the airbags to function correctly. The CTIS, whilst again, it was the idea was sold to us that they could do it, In practice, it didn't work. And controlling the airbag system, the CTI system was another feat, and we're still working on that now. We've got the manual system working perfectly. However, the automatic system, which works from GPS and speed, so in other words, if you're doing 80 kilometres an hour, it'll pick up the speed and then modify the tyre pressure to suit that if you need it. So we're there. We're nearly there. With that.
So going with that,
yeah.
The amount of R&D that's involved here is huge.
Yeah. We have 5 engineers, and that's all they basically are doing.
You've got to understand, to build something like this is not ordinary. This is very extraordinary.
Yeah.
The wheels themselves, the rims, they're all manufactured also by Earth Cruiser.
Yeah.
The chassis, the diffs.
So the front diff is a DeWitt's on this one.
Yes.
It's giving us a 2-ton front end.
Yes.
We're probably going to move that up to a 2.5 ton with a J-Max possibly.
Yep.
And then the rear is that's from 6x6 Australia. The 2 rear diffs, because he makes the drive through.
They were a competitor to the Australian Land Cruisers before they went to the Mercedes G-Wagons. And unfortunately, they didn't go with the Land Cruiser, they went to the G-Wagon. So this is, again, a very robust system.
It's been around a long while, really well tested. Yeah. And their power divider is arguably the best on the market. Their load sharing axle setup is best. There's nothing else like it.
We're just going to go, let's run to the back, Dave. Let's go have a cramp to the back. This again, Dave, here is something that you can have a look at on the videos that Mark has on his YouTube. And we'll just run to the back, Mark.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bend over, Mark, while you talk. Down here, if you have a look down here, Dave, just zoom in here. I want to talk about this little bit down here. Look what's going on here. It is an amazing piece of...
So just so everyone is up, it is definitely 6 driven wheels. A lot of people ask, is it just 4 driven wheels? No, it's 6, and it's all 100% to all wheels.
Yep.
Using the power divider, we're able to send power to all 6 wheels at the same time. However, when you're driving on the road without any lockers turned on or the power divider engaging, you're actually only driving 1 wheel, so your fuel economy is really good as it can be with a 6-wheel drive 79 series. And then when you can then lock up using the rotary switch on the dash. So we've hooked it all up through the Toyota system. So just click, 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 and all your lockers come in. And then what happens is, even though your rear is locked, it actually won't go until it slips just a small amount. I think it's 35 mil on a drive shaft or half a turn on a wheel. As soon as it turns half a wheel slipping, it'll lock in and start going. So therefore, you're not using any extra driven wheels to use more fuel or anything like that. So it's actually quite economical in that regard.
We're going to try and keep this short because we're going out, because there is a lot to talk about, and eventually we will get down to the factory, Dave and I, and have a look at these in production and show actually what is intensely done. Hopefully we'll get to a stage where we just see the chassis alone.
Yeah. Or there's one down there now with the chassis.
Yeah, and that way you guys can see how well it's done. So, mate, thank you. Thank you for letting us do.
No, that's okay.
This is the first one for me, so I came to first to my mate, and so it will all go good. And let's go and check out the next one.
All right, thanks, mate.